interesting. So let's start at this end, and correct me if I'm wrong. The first bit, that's actually, this bolts onto the bottom of the cats, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, your downpipe bits, you'd have 2 cats either side of it.
Yep.
Similar setup to this, but they are, they're the first cats.
First cats. So the engine effectively sits here. The cats drop off the back of the engine and down into the what we know is really the exhaust and the full exhaust.
So when you say to people it's a cat back, it generally goes back from it. Years ago, when the cats used to be in the centre of the car, it used to be cat back, like to be classed as a half system. But now it's complete as a full system.
Okay, that's why I got confused when I first heard, because I always thought cats were somewhere in the middle
of the car.
They're not now.
Now we've got these things.
Okay, so the first disaster we get to in a modern day exhaust is the OPF filters, which have been around for about 12 months now. Caused a lot of people a lot of grief, but also given people like Remus a big challenge to try and work around that, alleviate some of the sound, and but yet still keep the OPF filters on there, and that's what I've done with my car.
I mean, as you saw this morning, we had an M4 in for full Remus, and of course they got 2 little cats in. So you replace that, you're still keeping your primary cats in, so deleting the secondary ones. But they're tiny little things compared to the size of the OPFs. Now the OPFs, obviously, they're very similar to diesel particulate filters, so they are for emissions, Euro 6 regulations, but they also act like pillows. If you to cut that open, it's just like a big sort of honeycomb. It's also like a big sound deadening, so it's like running a pillow on the exhaust, but you need them. So removing them out of the system will cause EML lights, warranty issues, and that sort of stuff. Most manufacturers are fine if you go there backwards. As you can see, there's no sensors involved. It is just a cut and play system. So it could be easily reverted back to standard. So you start with 2 big OPFs, and as you can see, it's not the most free flowing of systems. Purely because when they designed this car back in when did the M135i come out? Like 2013. Exactly. They didn't have this in place, so you obviously got the same sort of tunnels. You have to work with, hence why this,
they're limited by things like gearbox, whatever else is down there and underneath.
And as you'll know, on the newer cars, like the new Z4, X340iMs, they sound better because they have these in place. They can work with them and they can work around them. So where this car strangles a bit in sound, we already did your axle back. So from here before. So rear axle backwards. We've all done the race system on this one. How you getting on with that? Good?
Really good. I mean, I love it. And also it's like most exhaust systems in general, I guess. The more miles, more heat cycles I put through it, the better it sounds.
Completely.
It cokes up a little bit. And places like the Petrolhead Tours, it was mega. It was really good. It still does lack a little bit of sound. And I guess, this is progress, and this is now what Remus has come up with to sort of get around or alleviating a bit more sound, I guess.
And it's nice to have for 2 products. Well, actually for 3. They do a quieter rear box on this one.
TUV one.
That's correct. This one is slightly louder. We're talking minimal difference. And now obviously they do the res delete. So
getting rid of this is just another box full of crap, is it?
Pretty much. It's just a resonator. It's as simple as that. So it just makes it quieter. Again, a road car will still pass all MOTs in the UK with this one. Probably not in some parts of the world, but in the UK, absolutely fine. But even some parts of the world don't even have GPS. Obviously, of course, in America and Russia and stuff like that. We still strangle the Euro 6.
Lucky things.
So we replaced that resonator with that.
So this is, and on here, with a lot of Remus things, it actually says for motorsports and or export only. Now, obviously, these guys are German or Austrian, aren't they? That's right. Obviously, these guys are Austrian, and their main market is probably Germany and the rest of EU, and America, everywhere, all over the world. But that just means basically places like Germany,
Switzerland. Exactly. Definitely a lot of places like that. And as you'll know, they offer 2 systems. So they'll do one for the rest of Europe and one for the UK as well. So it does. We have to wait for systems to come through. For example, like the new Supra and the new Z4. Those systems are already developed, but they have to go through TUV approved testing to get the papers to be able to sell. In the UK, we don't have to have that.
Okay, fantastic.
Get away with it.
So effectively, this is replacing that strangling box down there, which is called the resonator.
Mid-resonator. And actually what you can see on your cars, you can see the heat cycles, you see how hot that gets as well.
I can imagine.
You can almost see the baffling inside it. You can almost sort of see through it,
And I've already heard, I know of someone who's had one of these fitted recently.
We've done a couple of them, they do sound a lot better.
They do, I've been told that it's going to sound a lot better and it's going to free up a lot of the sound. So super excited about getting this fitted. Okay, brake pads. So I've run the standard BMW brake pads in my car since I've had it new. Front ones are quite worn now. Rear ones are actually surprisingly really good. I have to say, I think BMW have changed the compound in their M car pads because I've had no issues really with mine unless I really start pushing them. And then you get the sort of the pedal pump, you get things like, sometimes you get inconsistent bite as well, which is my main concern with the standard pads, is especially on things like the petrol head tours. I'd get in the car in the morning, sometimes there would just be nothing there, and then it would come back and then it would disappear, and there was just no consistency. And I think that's just to do with the standard pads. They just don't like getting too much heat in them, they glaze over.
Yeah, cool.
And so on a normal road car, they work very well, they're long life, they're very hard wearing. But once you start sort of relying on your brakes a bit more, especially doing some kind of track stuff, that's when you need to start looking at things like fluids and pads. Now, we've actually got EBC yellow stuff pad here, which are the pads that I've used on a couple of my cars now.
M140 and your 135i.
And my 135i, and I really like these. Initially, there was a bit of a mixed opinion about them online, because I think the previous yellow stuff pads weren't anywhere near as good as the newer, more recent ones. And the recent ones, you can tell by the red break-in period sort of bits on them.
Like everything else, they released a product and they knew they could improve it, so they improved it.
Yeah.
It's just generation. But we were talking years back.
Yeah.
Probably like the F Series BMW's been out for the last 4 or 5 years. I've run them in all my cars, I've run them in an M2, and they're brilliant.
Yeah, no, I really like these pads. I couldn't fault them, but I just thought, if I've got the M car, I want kind of maximum braking power, I want good bite, and I want maximum track performance on them. I want them to really be able to sort of withstand some heavy braking zones. So rather than going with the yellow stuff, which I was originally looking at, I've stuck with EBC, but we've gone with their new RP1s.
Yes, that's right, yeah. That is a really good fast road everyday pad.
Yeah.
So it works in good temperature, so you don't have to put any heat into it. So you'd have noticed on when you're 140, when you come out on a cold day, they work.
Yeah.
This, you're going to have to work at it.
Yeah.
Like tyres, how you got to heat the tyres up into grip.
Yeah.
This will be very similar as well.
Yeah.
So when you put the two pads next to each other, I know you do it at a panel shop, there is a big difference on the pad.
Yeah.
You can see it's got no anti-rattle, it's got no weights onto it, it's
Yeah.
got no chamfered edges, so this will probably squeal, but it is a proper focus track day pad.
Yes.
So you can use them on the road, they are road legal as well,
Yeah.
but like anything else, you've probably driven a lot of cars, but things like proper track toys, aerial atoms, cations, that sort. You got to get things up to temperature for them to work.
Yeah.
It'll be similar to this.
And they rattle and make that noise.
Yeah.
But I actually like, I don't know, occasionally the brakes on the stock pads, occasionally if I've had like a heavy day on them, they sometimes squeal a little bit when I'm just popping around town. Yeah, and I love that. I'm like, oh yeah, race car.
You've done a good job.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, these will squeal on the way to Waitrose.
Yeah, brilliant. No, that's great. Yeah.
But, because obviously you use this car as a weekend car, that's perfect for these. You know what to do. If you're dailying it and you're driving it, then that's a better part.
Yeah, I think I'm just fortunate that I get a lot of press cars that I tend to do my shops and normal jobs in, and therefore I'm not afraid of my M2 sort of getting a little bit more edgier, I guess.
This is definitely going to put it more into a track-oriented setup.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So looking really forward to putting them on.
But when you see the two differences, they're really nice.
You can definitely, you can tell that these are just stripped down and fit for one purpose really, whereas you can see the work they've gone to with these to make them an everyday sort of proposition. Cool, looking forward to
be interesting
getting them on, seeing what they're like. So I guess, will I put any brake sounds in? Well, I'll talk about what the brakes are like in a week's time or so when you hear the exhaust.
Like all pads, you should bed them in, so a good week will that'll do. So I would say realistically between 200 and 300 miles to try and bed them in.
Okay.
Because obviously your disc is A shape and the pad is one shape, so you kind of put the two together.
Yep.
So you can see on the yellow stuff, you have a breaking in procedure.
Yep.
That is designed to use a crap compound, if you like, to bed into the shape of your disc.
Sure.
Because obviously they're different shapes.
Yep.
So just give this a bit of a bedding in process.
Sure.
And then you'll be good to go.
Will do. Perfect, cool. Well, thanks as always, Mike.
That's all right.
I think that'll be it here, and we'll cut to me in about a week's time driving my car and some nice sounds. So thanks.
Oh, more than welcome again, Evan. No worries.
Cheers, man. Remember to check these guys out. Motech Performance, going to be in the description below on Instagram and on their YouTube channel. And check out EBC and Remus, of course. Big fan of Remus Exhaust.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.